Says, welcome to my new playlist, lads. I found you both on TikTokies and I'm loving the show so far. Bloody TikToks, man, I tell you. Gold. I'm pretty sure I have an issue with overthinking, so I kind of messaging to just sound off to see if I'm right. I've been thinking of a situation in my recent mortgage application about debts I have over a decade ago, and will give me a lot of explaining to my current fiancée. Do you think I could be overthinking, or should I be honest with her and pre-explain, even though it may not come up? Thanks. There's one thing we always say, Jamie.
Communication.
Yep. And be honest. Communication and be honest. It'll keep you guys strong. And even if you have an argument, you'll get over it. Yeah, no, I think...
Yeah.
No, go on.
Like, getting in debt does not make you a bad person. And I think your partner is never going to see you in a bad light because you got in debt.
Depends what it's for. Prostitution.
Yeah, unless you...
Drug abuse.
Yeah, if you got
alcohol
10
abuse.
grand's worth of credit card debt because you were doing cocaine and hookers for 10 years, then yes, it might be different. You don't have to tell her the reason that you're in debt.
Cocaine's hell of a drug.
Rick James, bitch.
I was going to shout something then. I quickly stopped myself.
Yeah. Oh, resetting yourself, Jamie. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't make you a demon, and at the same time, if you did decide to not mention it, I know for a fact through mortgage applications myself, unless you've had a CCJ or something really heavy in your past and been made bankrupt, if it's just missing payments and stuff like that, that will disappear after 5 years. But if it's like being made bankrupt or county court's judgments and stuff like that, that will stay on your record for a while. So if it's anything that's real serious, you're going to have to bring it up. But if it's not, then make a decision whether you want to mention it or not. But I think the best thing to do is just mention it. Like when me and Charlotte applied for the mortgage for this, not this house, but a house previously, we just changed jobs and stuff like that, and we had a few like credit cards and stuff like that, and it really fucked us up because our credit wasn't looking good. And because when you change jobs recently and stuff like that, they think you're in an unstable environment. The best way to counteract that is just give it some time. If 10 years is long enough, he said over a decade ago, that's more than long enough. If your credit's been good since then and it isn't anything that was serious, don't worry about it. But me and Charlotte knew about every one of our credit cards. I think the worst thing to do is hide any financial debt from each other, because that's going to be a big thing on your relationship, a big drain.
Yeah. It makes doubt. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've said before, I've been in debt since as soon as I could get a card, I got one. I was in debt, and I've got a mortgage, and my credit was really bad. So I had to go with a credit loaner that help out people that have got bad credit. And I had a default from the bank over something stupid. And that's only just finally come off my account now. So I'm actually trying to renew my mortgage now and actually going with good people. But no, I agree. Like a proper bank, not a help you out place. But no, like when you're going into this, especially with like a mortgage application and stuff like that, you don't want to, because how would you feel if she did the same thing? You moved into the house and then the letter popped through the door and it's like, I didn't know about this. And you've just got a mortgage, then you're knackered. So you got to think of like, it's better to be open now she knows what happens. Whatever comes up, you're not worrying about it either, because that's a whole lot. Mortgage is stressful enough without you thinking something's going to pop up. So honesty, it's the way it works. Keeps your head clear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said,
no
a
matter
decade.
how good your score looks on one of them score websites, you don't know what that hard search is going to bring up.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't want to stay in that awkward situation where I'm not telling Charlotte. Do you know what I mean? I would have to air it, otherwise I'd be like a ticking time bomb walking around. Fucking, she'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'd be like, "Nothing, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong." I'd be like jittery, like a fucking nutcase. You know what I mean? And I do think that's what you end up like. I don't think there's any bigger lie you could have in a relationship other than cheating. So I think go for it. I think you need to communicate. I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, it shows that you're open to like sort things out and stuff like that. I know you said it was like, "Or give me a lot to explain to my current fiance," which makes me think that the debt may be something that's carried on from a previous relationship, which is why it'll bring up a lot of. But then again, like if you sit down and you're willing to talk about what happened, it shows her that there's nothing to hide, right? It's quite awkward to talk about an ex or anything like that she doesn't need to know about, but it's better for you to tell her than her to like find out from, I don't know, you don't know how someone's going to find out these things. Could be anyone. But I mean, if you're hiding something about an ex, it makes it almost seem like you're still talking or involved with that person, which is why you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're almost giving that old relationship power in your relationship.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
anything.
so it's completely unrelated to mortgage and stuff like that, but I had a similar situation where, so I saw someone in where Sabina lives for a short period of time. And then when we went to the beer festival, I found out that she was going to be there too. So I straight away went to Sabina and I was like, "Look, I didn't bring this up because I didn't assume you'd ever meet. But when we go to this thing, she might be there." And I explained what happened just to let her know. Because I didn't want... there was no bad blood, but I don't want to be standing there with her and then the other girl turns up and I'm like, "Hi." And she's like, "Who's that?" So I was like, boom, get right in front of it.
Yeah, she ends up being blindsided by it.
Exactly, yeah. So like, we never saw her, so it was completely like. But I didn't want to lie, and that way I didn't. She knew what was going on. It would never have crept up on her or made her feel. Well, it would have made her feel. Both would have been uncomfortable. That was a fucking given. That would have been fucking weird. But I did it. It was awkward, but I did it, and I felt better for it because I knew my anxiety would be really fucking, really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always best to just get up in front of it and not. So in a way, you are overthinking it because you don't know what her reaction's going to be. But say for the 20, 30 minutes of that conversation's had, how awkward it will be once it's done. You don't ever have to think about it again. You've cleared the air. That's it. It's done. You know what I mean? You don't have to tiptoe. There's no, "Oops, I've blurted it out by accident at some point, some argument." It's done. You know what I mean? Never overthink it again. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't think there's any reason not to do it. If you really feel as though there's a reason not to do it, then you're taking a risk. That will put more pressure on you and therefore the relationship. So I think it's better off you just doing that.
Yeah. Like a Band-Aid.